Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Boomy and today we are watching Pigs Used to Be Overpowered by TierZoo. Yes, we're going back to the classic again. I think we're almost out of TierZoo videos at this point. There are probably a couple that I haven't still watched, which I will watch eventually, but yeah, I think we're nearing the end of TierZoo videos. But pigs. My favorite meat. Oh man. Yeah, when it comes to pigs, most likely we're gonna be talking about the wild boar variety, not the domesticated sweet pork belly variety. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting though. I don't know a lot about the the wild variety of the pigs. Um, I think we've seen a couple of videos. I think one was from Zifrank that I can remember. Let's just get on to this. I don't want to say something stupid in case I'm wrong, but if I do say something wrong, please correct me. Yeah, remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to leave a like, let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video. Looting.
One of the most popular roles in the game is the role of tank. Tank builds don't specialize in scoring eliminations on other players, or on using stealth or agility to avoid attacks. Rather, tank players have one goal: to control space. They have to be intimidating, hard to move, and hard to defeat. In a lot of cases, this involves being larger than your competition. Think builds like the elephant and hippopotamus. However, being larger than the predator players in the region doesn't have to be the case. Enter the hog build.
Hogs,
Unlike most
yeah.
tanks, which tend to dump most of their points into HP, hogs are actually quite balanced stat-wise, with great damage because of their powerful bite and tusks, and surprisingly high intelligence too. Hogs also have a massive advantage over most tanks in that rather than being herbivorous, hogs are generalists that can eat just about anything, making them
Omnivores.
extremely adaptable. Their adaptability is why even though several different hog builds live across just about every server, they don't differ too much between builds. There are three I want to highlight: the boar, the warthog, and the babirusa. The
Yeah.
boar is the largest
The last one is the one
I
that
want to
grows
highlight:
its
the boar,
tusks
the
up.
warthog, and the babirusa.
Yeah, that one. They grow their tusks up until it even pierces their skin on the head.
The boar is the largest and boasts the highest intelligence, HP, and power of all the hogs. There's also the warthog, the premier hog build in the African server. Because warthogs would be significantly outgunned even if they had the boar's combat stats, warthogs opt for a more mobility-centered playstyle, using their agility to dodge attacks from assassins like lions and leopards. With that said, warthogs do also have larger tusks, which grants them a higher chance to crit for massive damage. Most of this
Damn.
video will focus on these two since they best exemplify the powerful traits hogs possess. The babirusa is a build I discussed in my flawed builds video. It has very similar stats to the warthog, but has the tooth regeneration ability, which in the right situation can be very powerful, but in the babirusa's case, means that unless the player frequently breaks their tusks, eventually they'll grow so long that they'll start inflicting stab damage on the player's own weak point. Not much else to say about them, so let's get back to the hog overview. So in terms of special abilities, hogs have two main ones in addition to their omnivory. The first is venom
Thick fat.
resistance.
Ooh, the thick fat. So yummy when it's like crispy.
Now, hogs don't actually have any special perks that specifically counteract venom, but they do have skin that's so thick that snake fangs are actually unable to deliver venom to the bloodstream,
Really?
which lets them shrug off most bites without much concern. This makes the hog build an excellent counter to the
Interesting.
snake
Ooh,
bites.
damn.
Their second and more important ability is their smell,
Damn.
which has two important functions. The first is detecting loot such as tubers, eggs, and nuts. Pigs have an
Truffles.
unsurprisingly excellent sense of smell, which is critical because, unlike most tank builds, they did not spec into the ruminant ability. Ruminant players can eat pretty much any plant and gain enough experience to sustain themselves. But hogs have to find special, more rare sources in order to keep their playthrough going. It's not enough to just be able to detect loot though, especially if it's hidden somewhere below the ground. Luckily for pig mains, their most recognizable and impactful ability is their ability to dig. Hooves grant a speed bonus on rough and flat terrain, but they have 3 main weaknesses. They offer no mobility bonus for swimming. They actually incur a movement penalty on soft terrain like sand and snow, and they're pretty poor digging tools. Digging is a skill that's usually only available to players who've spec'd into paws or claws rather than hooves. But because pigs have snouts that are reinforced with both extra bone and cartilage, their snouts can basically be used like a shovel, which is perfect for unearthing all sorts of rare and valuable loot. Digging helps offset another big weakness that hogs have. They can't cool themselves down on their own. They don't have the ability to sweat, of course, since that's an exclusive human ability. So what hogs have to do is use their snouts to dig up mud to wallow in. Wallowing grants them a temporary heat resistance buff, which is crucial for succeeding in places like the African server. Both the wild boar and the warthog boast considerable offensive strength in addition to their other abilities.
Damn.
Their charge attack can deal significant
They are
damage to
surprisingly
most predator
intelligent
players,
too.
and even completely eliminate them from the game if multiple hogs attack at once. However, hogs used to be far stronger offensively, so strong in fact that at one point the devs had to nerf their attack strength. Back during the Miocene expansion, there was a build known by the community as the Hell Pig. Even though it was technically part of the Himbo faction and not a true hog build, it laid the groundwork for the playstyle that the later hogs would emulate. While it didn't have as high of an intelligence level as modern hogs do,
that
far outclassed
if I
them
see
with
that
HP
at night,
and
I'm running the
Hell pigs
fuck
were still
away.
omnivorous, but because they had the strength to easily take down other players, they erred more on the side of carnivore than today's hog builds do. They hunted in packs and either took down prey themselves or used their absolutely broken intimidation abilities to steal loot from other solo predator mains. Instead of tusks, Hell Pigs had massive fangs that could easily one-shot most players from that time. Even though they had the stats to function as a tank, they were so powerful that they were usually played in mostly offensive roles. Eventually, after they'd spent a good stretch of time as the #1 build in the meta, the devs dropped the Ice Age balance patch.
Ice Age
Large,
balance
muscular
patch.
builds, like the Hell Pig, couldn't deal with the ice
Died
damage
out,
and fell out
yeah.
of the meta, leaving their niche open for the modern pig build, which had thick cold-resistant skin and fat stores, to come in and wreak havoc. Now, at this point I've discussed all the relevant hog builds from past and present, but I bet you're wondering why I haven't discussed these. And that's because the pigs that humans farm and spawn kill are literally just wild boar. They aren't a separate build. They have exactly the same stats and abilities, and on occasions where they've escaped, populations of feral pigs quickly revert to their wild form. It's for this reason that if human civilization ever disappeared, pigs would easily dominate most servers. So hopefully now you have a better
Really,
grasp on
though?
the stats and special abilities. Of the
That
pig
would be
build.
interesting to
I'd place
see.
them at the high end of it.
Because whenever you see like post-apocalyptic videos, if ever there's an animal that shows up, it's either a deer or a rabbit. You rarely get to see pigs, which was interesting that he said that.
A tier, being excellent generalist tanks that can adapt to just about any challenge. However, they lack that X factor to really get them into S tier like their ancient counterparts were.
Objection! Whoa. I feel like you're not giving our porky partners enough credit here. Pigs are easily S tier once you
Who's
consider
this?
the unique function as a human support class.
Matt, I get that you and the Extra Credits crew think that
Extra
bacon is
credits.
worth a ton of experience,
Hey.
but being farmed and spawn killed by humans doesn't really
I
make you a
seen
state
one
of
video
things.
from them.
Oh, I'm not talking about livestock, my good man. You're completely overlooking their historical significance. Pigs were instrumental during the colonialization of the New World, arguably even more than horses. In fact, did you know, in some cases, pigs actually modified new ecosystems long before the Europeans did?
Perhaps I should reconsider.
TierZoo, I can convince you, I promise. Just follow me over to our new Hogtastic episode of Extra History via the link in the description below to learn the full story. And as an added bonus, see a bunch of cute drawings of pigs.
I certainly will. See you there.
Alright, that's interesting. That was very interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the video on pig colonization though. Unless if someone forces my hand. But yeah, the most interesting part about the video is one, the hell pigs. Because what the hell happened to them? I mean, we know what happened to them, but so are they saying that there's a chance that our wild boars will evolve back into those beasts given the chance? Probably. And the second thing that's interesting is that if ever human civilization disappears, TierZoo said that they are gonna dominate a lot of regions, which I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure if dominate is the right word, but survive probably will. Yeah, such an interesting video as usual. But that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye!